Welcome to my garden. So I was reading a little bit and decided to make this audio. Sometimes I paint. I'm not a excellent artist, of course not, but sometimes I just do it. It's almost like a need, you know. Often I'm on hiatus and I pick it back and I paint like 20 paintings or something and then I stop again. It's not procrastinating, it's whenever it feels like it, when I'm in the mood for it. So I was reading and I thought to myself, this is exactly what is happening to me. You see, theurgy or walking with the gods is interpreted differently. Fine, whatever works for you. For instance, Plotinus says you can attain theurgy just by contemplation. Others, like Iamblichus, I think, they say you have to practice theurgy using ceremonies and rituals. Whatever works for you, and substances. Whatever works for you. Me, I realized, I think I'm doing it, but through art, you know, for when you are in the zone, so to speak, you are out of the body. When you are in the zone, you are identifying with the art and not with the body or your psychophysical. It's a out of body experience. And it's so subtle that you don't even realize it. I'm going to read a small paragraph. In his first and contemplative act, the artist is self possessed and sees only that which is to be made, and not all sorts of things that might have been made. It is like this, very slightly adapting the words of Maestro Eckhart. It is like this. Wouldst thou portray an angel? Go hence and withdraw into thyself until thou understandest. Give thy whole self up to it. Then look, refusing to see anything but what thou findest there. It will seem to thee at first as though thou art the angel. The artificer does, as Plotinus puts it, in a discussion of contemplative vision, i.e., in Latin, the contemplatio, or in Sanskrit, the jhana, taking, quote, the ideal form under the acting of the vision while remaining potentially himself. That self to which he returns when he turns from the actus primus to the actus secundus, in which he imitates the form that was inwardly seen. So the artists become the artist becomes the form through contemplation, the intellectual form, you know, the intellectual idea which exists in the noetic world. This is magic, you know. This is the definition of magic. From the intellectual world, the noetic world of forms and ideas, you become that form. You become that. Nothing else exists but that. That's why you are walking with the gods. You kind of disobjectify from the body, from the psychophysical. You become one. So in my case, sometimes it goes 3, 4 hours, and I don't know what happened because I became, you know, that form, that intellectual idea, and I put it into the canvas. And if, of course, pleases the eye, right? Then it is what? in accord with the universal forms of intellectual beauty. You know, if it's pleasant, right? So, yeah, I thought to myself, there was something about it. People do theurgy differently. There are people who are not into art, so they kind of have to practice rituals and ceremonies and substances. The ones who are more artistic, they don't need those substances. They're already halfway there, you see. They don't need rituals, they don't need ceremonies, nothing of that sort. The artist is already halfway there. You identify, you become, like Maestro Eckhart said, you literally become. If you want to paint an angel, you become the angel. You become one with the angel. I find this very, very interesting. Have a nice day.